Hey YouTube.
Matches 860.
Smoking the Savinelli church warden with cube cut burley this morning.
Burley, go figure.
I hope you'll grab a pipe and your favorite tobacco and join me.
Well, I have grabbed a pipe, not my favorite tobacco.
Got another story that was dredged up by Padre Piper when he asked about what we wanted to be in high school and what we ended up being. A lot of memories from that time came back to me. And it's no wonder when I did my trilogy video on the 3 different schools that I went to, why I couldn't think of anything significant that happened in high school.
Oh man, I love your stories from childhood.
I think I was trying to repress it all. Anyway, I talked about the first girlfriend I had in junior high school, and it carried into the first year of high school, and then it ended tragically.
Yes.
I got involved with working
Stories
after
of
school
love.
and weekends, and had a lot on my plate at the time, so I wasn't really on the prowl as far as girls go. Spring of 1972, though, I got a touch of spring fever.
I like where this is going already.
I had had a couple of dates and rejections and whatever. But I decided I wanted a steady.
A steady. Oh man, a steady.
There was this girl where I worked. I'm gonna call her Lisa.
I wonder if her name was really Lisa or not.
Really tickled my fancy. I went into work one day thinking I'm gonna get a date with this chick. Come hell or high water. So, waited until she was alone. Went over to her, I said, "Hey Lisa, I'd really like to see you outside of work."
Is that your best pickup line, John?
Her eyes lit up, and
Oh.
I was getting all the right vibes.
Of course you were.
She goes, "Okay, that would be cool." She said, "Saturday when you get out of work, why don't you come over to my girlfriend's house?"
Oh.
Girlfriend lived right up the street. It was like a 10-minute walk for me.
I hate it when they have a tag along. The girlfriend.
Couldn't wait. Saturday comes along. 3 o'clock, I leave work, walk up the street, turn onto the side road where this girlfriend lived. Beautiful farmhouse, barn, big oak tree out on the front lawn.
Alright, I can see it.
Lisa and her girlfriend are sitting under the tree. I had never seen her outside of work. Normally she wore a white uniform with her hair up in a bun.
Oh, did she have her hair down?
This day she was wearing blue jeans and a sweatshirt.
How do you remember those details?
Hair was down.
Yeah, hair was down.
It's a wonder I didn't start howling right there in the front lawn. Knockout. Absolute knockout.
There's just something about when they put their hair down.
Girlfriend.
Okay.
My mind was just on getting a date with her.
Right, a date with her, right.
So, conversation went around and around. The subject of miniature golf came up.
Sweet.
And I said to Lisa, I said, you know, some night we ought to go out miniature golfing.
I love putt-putt golf, I call it putt-putt golf.
Suddenly realized it was kind of impolite to ask her for a date in front of her girlfriend.
But I'm way too competitive.
I assumed she felt a little awkward too, because she said, well, I don't go anywhere without my girlfriend.
Way too competitive to ask.
Great.
To have a date
said, okay,
where there's some sort of competition going on. 100% I'll just ruin it.
Oh no, you got to get me a date.
What?
What am I, the activities director here? Well, the day ended. I hitchhiked home.
You hitchhiked home?
Started working the phones, trying to get this boat anchor a date.
What'd you call her? Boat anchor?
Finally found one.
I get it, the boat anchor.
Of course, now
She's
I was
holding
having
you
all
back.
these fantasies about
I've never heard that
once
one
this
before.
miniature golf deal is over with, I'll be able to get Lisa out. I started having these images in my head of making out in the woods with her. We all know where that leads. Sorry, Padre. I think I might have performed an act of sin. So anyway, it took time to pull this all together because trying to deal with 4 people's schedules. And luckily, this guy that I found for the boat anchor there, he had a driver's license. As it turns out, we scheduled the date for, it was about 3 or 4 days before the end of school.
Alright, summertime. Summertime loving.
That night came,
Summertime.
excited as hell. Picked the girls up. Got to the miniature golf place.
Man, I remember those feelings before your first date.
I think we were on the 3rd hole.
Ugh.
You had to hit a ball through a red barn or something. Lisa's friend says to her, "When do you leave for Pennsylvania?"
What? No.
I'm like, what? Lisa says, "Oh, I leave the day after school." Lets out.
Oh.
I wanted to take my golf club and twist it into a pretzel. All my fantasies for summertime down the drain.
I'm sorry, John.
Shot a few more holes, and I pulled the other guy aside and I said, "Hey, listen. After we get done here, you and the boat anchor there have to get lost for a few minutes so I can talk to Lisa.
The boat anchor.
This is freaking ridiculous." So he goes, "Okay." We finish golf and we get back in the car. This guy says to boat anchor, he says, "Hey, how about if I take you over for an ice cream?" Boat anchor gets all excited. Lisa looks at me and goes, "Yeah, let's go get ice cream."
What is this girl's problem?
I said, "No, I want to talk to you." Her eyes popped wide open. Thought she was going to start crying. I think she was scared. They got out of the car. I start talking to Lisa, and I'm like, you know, I had big plans for us this summer.
I had big plans.
I wanted to go out with you by myself. And finally got around to putting my arm around her and asking her for a kiss since I wasn't going to see her all summer.
Oh, man.
Figured I'd salvage something out of this mess.
Guys back then were so, like, real guys.
She looks at me and she says, "I don't make out."
Just rejection after rejection.
I'm thinking, yes, you do. I've seen it in my head. Needless to say, that night was disastrous. It took me a while to get over it. She had told me she was going to write to me during the summer.
Right.
I was like, yeah, whatever. 2 weeks went by, and sure enough, I get a letter in the mail from her. This long 2-page letter. Really sorry about the night we went golfing. You caught me off guard. I'm going to miss you. Can't wait to get back home in September.
Right.
Well, now I was in the midst of my driver's license, and I had no time for this nonsense. Sort of forgot about it.
What? You did not forget
Never
about
wrote
it.
back to her. September comes. Must have been into the second week of school. In the meantime, Boat Anchor ended up working at the same place. Ran into her one day and I said, "Hey, what's up with Lisa? I don't see her on the schedule." I assumed maybe she took too much time off and they didn't hire her back. Boat Anchor says to me, "Oh, didn't you hear what happened?" I said, "No." She got pregnant during the summer and she's staying in Pennsylvania.
What? No. I don't make out. You got pregnant over the summer?
No wonder I repressed that story.
You're making me blow ash here, John.
But that's it about the girlfriend. Had a little better luck my next year, but...
Yeah, you got nowhere to go up. You got nowhere to go but up from there. Jeez.
Thanks an awful lot for joining me.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah, John, it's been a pleasure. All right.